skill number 2 is marketing, and the key point for me in marketing is building a sustainable, yes, an amazing offer. Being an amazing marketer as a business owner, before you're like the communicator or the copywriter or whatever, is to create an amazing offer. What I've witnessed over and 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 over again is that even though the creative is important, and even though the design is important, and even though everything is important, the offer is more important, okay? If I can create a very good, very powerful, very attractive offer, I've made a 24-hour special offer, special deal in the holidays a few months ago, with the ugliest landing page I've ever seen in my entire life. The ugliest piece, with like no copy at all, but it was a very good offer, and it made 6 figures in 24 hours. And we didn't spend any marketing budget on it, we simply just sent it to our mailing list. It's because the offer was really good, and it was built and designed in a good way. Some other times, nothing will happen, even though the landing page is beautiful and the copywriting is better. Of course, copywriting is important, of course, design is important, those things could improve stuff, of course, but the offer is the most important thing. And the second part of it, besides it being an amazing offer, that for a small business, it has to be sustainable. Because what many business owners are doing, small business owners, is that they're trying to create an amazing offer that they can sustain. And then they have to reinvent themselves every single time. So they are getting themselves always into constant stress. You have to create a sustainable, amazing offer that you can do and deliver over and over and over and over and over and over again to create your business on. In my personal opinion, every single small, tiny, starting business is one amazing, sustainable offer away from becoming a great business. All a business needs to become a great business, in my opinion, is to have only one amazing but sustainable offer. If you have one of these, your business can create amazing amounts of money with great profitability and amazing foundation for your business expansion, if you want to do it. If not, it can be a nice source of income for a pretty long period of time, and then eventually it will die because the offer will not be attractive forever. But it's also a great way to build single source of income if you don't want to create a huge business. Okay?
Sustainable is for
a long time, not necessarily like 20 years, right? But it's sustainable. It's not like something that, oh my God, it's for amazing sale of 99% off and something like this, and you can do it forever. Okay, it's something that's like it's good even if you're not calling it sale, right? It's attractive. Okay. So a stressless marketing message will make the customer feel stupid for not buying from you if he desires, if he has a desire related to your business. So the offer has to be amazing, meaning like if I wanted this, then I have to be stupid not to buy it. Okay? Not like I'm stupid if I'm not buying it because I don't understand it. I'm stupid if I want it and I'm not buying it. So let's go over some few tips. So the first thing, the most important one, in my opinion, is to accept the fact that most people spend a fortune on momentary emotional benefits. I'm not saying that you should sell them on momentary emotional benefits. I'm not saying that. But accepting this fact will help you a ton. Okay, so many people are like, I'm not sure if I should sell my product for this amount of money because I'm not sure, is it good enough, is it not good enough? But their customers are spending the same amount of money for shoes they'll wear once, for a dress they'll never wear, for a gadget that's exactly the same as their old gadget with no differences. Because they want a 3-inch more on their TV screen, which will make them feel amazing. for 5 minutes. When I understand this, I can feel way more comfortable charging higher amounts of money for my stuff. And also, it can help me understand that I should make people feel happy for buying my products in the moment, as well as providing long-term value. So I want to write it down on the screen. So the tip is like this. Almost everything has a perceived value. Almost everything has a perceived value. And many business owners struggle because they're trying to sell on the value of their product. For example, if I'm trying to sell this smartphone, right? Then I'm buying it from the manufacturer for a certain price, right? And you will come to me and you'll want this smartphone. And you'll want it at the lowest price possible. This is why in this country, in this area, most places, most cell phone stores are actually losing money for selling cell phones. I don't know if you know that, but most stores, especially those who are toply ranked on the price comparison websites, if you go on a price comparison website and you get to the store that is the cheapest or the few cheapest stores on the list for any type of cell phone, and you get into the store and you'll only buy the phone, they will lose between $5 to $20 for selling this phone. Because they'll try to sell you on insurance or cases or covers or stuff like that, and to make money on that. Because this price, the perceived value of a smartphone is simply the price value of a smartphone. So it's very competitive. And I wouldn't recommend you necessarily to go into this field. However, there are many fields where the perceived value can be much higher than the material costs or the cost of what you're doing, right? If you go like 10 years ago, and in some areas maybe up until a few years ago and maybe until now, in some places, a course is something that is like has a perceived value of a few thousands of dollars, right? So when e-courses were just firstly launched, then e-courses were just the same as courses because they have so many advantages over courses. So they had this almost the same perceived value. Over the years, what happened to the perceived value of an e-course? What happened? It dropped. It dropped. If I'm telling you now, right, sign up to this free e-course. So many people won't even bother to sign up. I have to sign up. Why don't you just give it to me? Because an e-course, by just saying an e-course, today worth close to nothing. So many websites like, I don't know, Coursera, Udemy, also courses, are selling courses for $10, $5, $20, right? So many like famous teachers are selling their courses for $5 a month, $10, $100,000, so on and so forth. So the perceived value of an e-course is significantly lower. But other things still have value. Some courses are still selling very high end. Why? Because they're not selling on, it's an e-course, they're selling on, you'll have the course, right? In the end of the program, they're rebranding it as a program, and they're adding some stuff that are not just videos, so they can call it a program and not an e-course. So the perceived value will be higher. So some things have a perceived value that is much higher, and some things have a perceived value that is lower. For example, something like, there's one thing, for example, that I did myself and used myself, and it's all about creative marketing, for example. I realized that the perceived value of a vacation is high, relatively high. And because of all the reforms in this area and so on and so forth, like with the open skies and stuff like that, then flights became much cheaper, hotels are becoming cheaper, right? But the perceived value are still very high. So if I would tell you, you can come to my seminar, it's in a hotel, and you should pay for the hotel, then it would feel like, wow, I have to put out so much money at the seminar and the hotel, because the hotel seems expensive, even though it won't necessarily be expensive. But if I'm telling you, you'll pay me everything, the hotel is on me, I'm adding this part to the price, right? Suddenly it feels very cheap, because the vacation part is free, and the perceived value of it is very high. For example, if you can find stuff in your area of expertise, in your business, that they have high perceived value, and add to your product, or make sure that you can make sure that it sells under your price point, then it can be very attractive, right? So, for example, another example. When I started this school that teaches NLP, then there were many other schools in the country that were teaching NLP, and most of them were around the same price point. When I went out and offered this course for like 50% off their price, everybody, or most people who were interested in NLP, knew what the prices were. And they saw that this is 50% off, so it was very, very attractive. Then a friend of mine said, okay, let's do the exact same move and open a school for sales and marketing. And I straight ahead told him, it will never work. Because a course in sales and marketing nowadays doesn't have an exact perceived value. Because there are courses who are sold for a specific, and there are also free courses online. In that time, there weren't so many free courses, NLP courses online. There weren't so many full courses or stuff like that that were cheap. Okay, like in sales and marketing, that there always were. So he didn't listen to me, and he tried to open his business anyway, and it worked almost fine, and then he closed it like two courses later. Because what makes an offer attractive is the difference between the perceived value and the price, right? The bigger the delta is, the more it feels attractive. And the way I'm testing it myself before I'm going into a marketing campaign is just like I told you before, is I'm building the offer, I'm building the idea, I'm creating the concept for the program or stuff like that, and then I show it to people and try to sell it on them. And if they're telling me, wow, that's really nice, that sounds good, yeah, it sounds good, then I know it's not good enough. because I don't want to work too hard at marketing. I don't want to work too hard at sales. So I'm working very hard at crafting the offer. I'm only releasing a very good offer, a very like a new product, a new idea, when people are telling me, can I buy it now? When I share it with people, they ask me, can I buy it now as well? If they're asking me this question, I know it's good enough, and then I'm releasing it. And so I'm saving a lot of my time and energy on retrying and trying to convince people. When I'm telling my sales team, right now we have like 10 people, right? So when we go with a new program, a new course, a new idea, then I have to explain it to them so they can sell it, try to deliver the message to the people. If I'm explaining them how can they sell it, and they say, amazing, we're going to sell it, I know it's not going to work. I want them to ask, can we as your sales team buy it as well? And if they're not asking for discounts, if they're not asking for it, they simply just want to buy it as it is, I know it's an amazing offer. So that's a really big marketing tip for me. We are running out of time, so maybe we'll do the other ones next time. I will want to give you just one tip regarding investing in very small businesses in the very early stages of starting a business. And it's a very basic concept, but it's a powerful concept. I've heard it the first time from, I think it was Warren Buffett, I'm not sure. And I've heard it several other times with other teachers I had in different variations. But the basic idea is that whenever you're making an investment in a small business, you have to understand that there is a huge chance that it's not going to work, right? So if you have a plan, and this plan requires a substantial amount of financial investment, you must have insurance. You must have some sort of insurance, right? What does insurance mean? Insurance means that if it fails, then you get money in another way. So insurance companies won't give you insurance for business projects, not the way I know it. If they can, maybe it's a good idea as well. But the idea is, if you have a plan on spending your money and time on something, and it has to work to have a positive ROI, then it's a bad idea. For example, after we were teaching NLP for a year or so, I wanted to expand the amount of courses we're giving in this school. So I thought, what would be the closest thing to NLP, the most straightforward thing that if people would like to buy NLP from us, they'll want to buy this also from us. And for me, it was obvious that it was coaching, right? Learning how to become a coach. It makes amazing sense. And so I was looking for the best coach in the area, someone who is a very professional, also a lot of experience, amazing writer, and so we can develop the course in a very good manner. And we tested like 20 people, and one came out to be by far the best. And he wanted a very nice sum of money just to build the course and then to teach the course. So let's say it was around 20,000 to 20-something thousand in US dollars, right? So for me at the time, it was a substantial investment. And I thought to myself, okay, I'm pretty sure it's going to work. But what if it doesn't? Am I willing to lose all this money? And it was okay if I wouldn't die from it, but I remembered this principle of when we're investing in small business, we always put insurance. So I had on the contract a little a side note or something, or a little like paragraph which was saying that the course is going to be filmed and all of the rights to the video and of course the written content, right, is mine. It belongs to the school and doesn't belong to this person. He wanted to also have rights so he can continue developing his stuff, and we'll let him have it. But what was filmed is 100% completely ours. So that I knew that even if I would lose money on the first course, I could still make some use the e-course, right, for selling it for like $500, $300, $200, and sell 100 of these over 1 or 2 years. Not in a huge marketing campaign. Once in a while, send an email to my email list and put a return on my investment. So far, this e-course, so in the end of the day, the course was not profitable. It didn't lose money. In the end, it did cover the cost and the cost of creating the course and so on, but it wasn't very profitable. But over the years, I was doing this like special sale of the e-course several times, and it got me a few tens of thousands of dollars. And every single time I make a big investment, like a relatively big investment, I make sure it has some sort of insurance, some sort of way that if I'm wrong, if this project will not work, still I'm getting something that will be able to at least return my investment and not, if not, give me some profits. So if this coaching school would have worked amazingly, then it would have made me a lot more money, of course. I think Warren Buffett calls it, I'm not sure it was him, maybe I'm just giving him credit for no reason, but I believe it was him. He was talking about asymmetrical risk rewards, right? So most people believe that you should have symmetrical risk rewards, right? You can have little risk with little gain. The idea is having huge gains, huge possibility, like if this coaching course could have been very successful, then it would have been hundreds of thousands of dollars in income and hundreds of thousands of dollars in profits over the years. It wasn't so successful. But I'm not willing to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. The risk is only getting profits of tens of thousands over years, right? I paid it once, so it was a risk. I paid something and I got it back slowly, and I earned about it just a little bit. If it was an investment like this, I wouldn't necessarily buy it. I wouldn't buy it. But it's a form of insurance. Does it make sense? So it's the same like today I'm spending like money on making videos for the school. I'm spending a lot of money because I'm not like filming it myself. And the idea is that it's going to be worth a lot of money for our marketing, right? But it also has an sort of insurance policy, because for me, I know that this is an asset that is going to be worth money for the long run. So even if, theoretically speaking, the country will come out with a law that says NLP is illegal in this country, and you have to stop teaching courses, then still we have a lot of audience that likes the videos, and we can maybe sell something else to them. Right? So always think when you're investing money in terms of insurance policies. Hey, it's Tzhayek. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please press the thumbs up button, and you can also subscribe to the channel and make sure you get notified each and every time a new video is uploaded. I'd like to hear your questions or your reviews in the comment section below, and I'll see you in one of those new videos.